Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Dynamite channel of Wrestling Results here in this channel. So we have AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam results for March 16th, 2022. This contains spoilers. Tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam was broadcast live from the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio, Texas. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, Jim Ross were the broadcast team for tonight's event. Hey yo, it's Wednesday night and you know what that means. Trios match. AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page, AEW World Tag Team Champions Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Adam Cole, Baby, and Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. We are sold out here tonight, gentlemen, and said Jim Ross. The fans are going absolutely bananas here, replied Tony Schiavone. Adam Cole went right after Jungle Boy, but Jungle Boy rammed his shoulder into Cole and turned things around with a hurricanrana. Luchasaurus tagged in and dished out chops to all three members of the opposing team. Standing on the arena floor, Bobby Fish kicked out the ankle of Luchasaurus, who had been standing on the ring apron. Kyle O'Reilly tagged in and pounded Luchasaurus with kicks and elbows. They isolated Luchasaurus in the corner of the ring. Luchasaurus exploded out of the corner with a double lariat to Red Dragon and tagged Hangman Adam Page. Page jumped over the top rope onto Cole and O'Reilly and then took out Bobby Fish with a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall. Jungle Boy made the tag and flipped over the top rope and crashed onto all three members of the opposing team. They hit triple moonsaults on Kyle, Page, and Fish. Triple moonsault. I've never seen that, said Schiavone. Red Dragon rallied back with a combination offense on Jungle Boy for a near fall. Jungle Boy jumped off the top rope, but he ate a super kick from Cole. O'Reilly was wrenching away with a leg lock on Luchasaurus until it was broken up inadvertently. Cole and Page trade shots, and Page blasted Cole with the dead eye. Page followed up with a clothesline. Jungle Boy nailed Kyle and Cole with a double doomsday device off the ropes. The fans chanted, "This is awesome." Cole dropped his knee pad and lowered the boom on Jungle Boy. Cole scored the pin on Jungle Boy. When Adam Cole drops the boom, I'm not sure there's an AEW athlete who can stop it, said Excalibur. Cole was staring into the eyes of Hangman Page as Cole pinned Jungle Boy. They have unfinished business, no doubt about it, said Jim Ross. Tony Schiavone was backstage with Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs and Absolute Ricky Starks. Starks says, "Here's the deal, my man. Should you go on Rampage this Friday, me and Hobbs are going to stomp out your lights." Lee laughed. "The same thing. See you all on Friday." John Moxley and American Dragon Bryan Danielson with William Regal versus Chuck Taylor in Wheeler, Utah. Sorry for stuttering there. With Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy, and Dunhausen. When I stutter, it's like my brain is telling me this is what it should say, but it's not. William Regal joined the broadcast booth for this match. Moxley charged at Chuck Taylor. Bryan brought the battle to Wheeler, Utah as the bell rang. A calculated attack, said Regal. Moxley hit a delayed vertical suplex on Yuta. Mox clubbed Yuta with his forearms and then raked his back. Bryan tagged in and dropped a knee to Wheeler for a near fall. Taylor tagged in and neutralized Moxley on the outside with a dive. Chuck applied a single leg crab on Danielson, but Danielson reached and tagged Moxley. Taylor and Moxley traded chops, but Moxley knocked Taylor to the mat. Danielson tagged in and kicked Chuck Taylor in the sternum. Bryan bridged back into an Indian deathlock. Moxley tagged in and connected with a short drop kick to Taylor. Moxley superplexed Taylor for a near fall. Moxley transitioned into a hammerlock. Mox spiked Chuck Taylor with a pile driver. Yuta manages to steal a tag and he splashed Moxley in the corner. Yuta connected with a waistlock German suplex. That was a perfect bridge, said Regal. Chuck Taylor tried to pile drive Mox on the outside of the ring, but Moxley countered with the paradigm shift. In the ring, Bryan blasted Wheeler with a barrage of kicks. Moxley grabbed Yuta with a Satio suplex. Danielson grabbed Yuta with a side capture suplex for a near fall. The fans began to chant Yuta in support. Danielson started to kick Yuta's head in after capturing his arms. He tagged Mox, and Mox forced Wheeler to tap out after applying the Bulldog choke hold. Moxley and Danielson have a perfect 2-0 record, said Excalibur. On the way out of the ring, Wheeler Yuta returned from the ramp. Wheeler extended his hand to Regal, but instead Regal slapped Wheeler Yuta in the face. Regal smiled and Yuta said, "I'll be back." Yuta did not back down at all, said Excalibur. FTR, Dax Hardwood, and Cash Wheeler were backstage with Tony Schiavone, and Schiavone asked about FTR's recent firing of Tully Blanchard. FTR said Tully lost his focus, and when you lost your focus, you get fired. The Young Bucks interrupted FTR. Matt Jackson, maybe you guys should fire your current stylist as well. You can hire the best manager in the world, but deep down inside, you're always going to be the second best tag team in AEW. I see this a feud coming up next. The Acclaimed were backstage. Max Caster said it was him versus Keith Lee this Friday on Rampage. Hobbs and Starks told the Acclaimed to get the job done this Friday. Usually I yawn every match, but haven't yawned in a little bit. Get the job done this Friday. Swerve Strickland laughed at Starks and said this was now Swerve's house. Jericho's Appreciation Society combination. The influencer Chris Jericho was out with his new faction consisting of Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, and 2.0, Jeff Parker, and Matt Lee. Jericho has a lot of explaining to do. It looks like he's trying to regroup his people. Is that the case? Asked Jim Ross from the commentary booth. Matt Lee says, you guys love being in on all the fun, don't you? You know who allows that? This man right here, Chris Jericho. If it was up to me, there'd be no sing-along. No nothing. And that's why Chris Jericho is a better man than me. Parker says, and that is why this man deserves to be praised and idolized, not only for his contributions in this industry, but for his contributions as a human being. Jericho says, think about this. The earth has been around for 4.5 billion years, and yet you are lucky enough to be alive during the Chris Jericho era. You're welcome for that. For over 30 years, you have been living vicarious through me with my 5-star matches, riveting promos. Hell, I even build companies like this one. Without Jericho, there'd be no AEW. Kind of true. But instead of praising me, you undermine me. You'd appreciate me. The roster of AEW doesn't appreciate me. Wait, hold on. Where's Sammy Guevara? Is he still with Chris Jericho? Is he doing his own thing now? The Inner Circle never appreciated me. Sammy walked out on me. Okay, there we go. Santana and Ortiz left, and their buddy Eddie Kingston had the audacity to make me tap on TV. They don't appreciate me, but these men do. And that's why we are the Jericho Appreciation Society. We appreciate... I can hear the people in the comments below saying, it's this and blah, blah, blah. I am sorry that I have a hard time pronouncing stuff. We appreciate one another because we can't relate to the rest of the AEW roster because they are nothing more than pro wrestling. Pro wrestlers. A pro wrestler has never been legendary or a millionaire. As a legendary millionaire many times over, that's because I am a sports entertainer. I'll say it again. I am a sports entertainer. Garcia says, I just got to get this off my chest really quickly. If you are going to call yourself a sports entertainer, well then I am too. My name is Daniel Garcia and I am sports entertainer. Jericho says, why does he appreciate me? I'll tell you why. A group of professional wrestlers in Buffalo were injured in a car crash. I never met those men, but I donated those to help them. Garcia appreciated it, and he is here tonight. And 2.0 is a stupid name. That's bad creative. So they're going to be going by their real names going forward. I got a call from my former best friend, Kevin, as a few years ago, who asked me to put them on my podcast to help them get a job. I put them on Talk is Jericho podcast, and they got hired by AEW. So that's why they appreciate me. And then we've got Jake Hager. He is the hand of the king. Hager says, we are the JAS, and we beat up professional wrestlers. Jericho says, so there you have it. The latest renovation of the Master Manipulator. And remember this date because this is the day that the new era begins. The era of sports entertainer. This is Jericho Appreciation Society. And that's entertainment. TNT Championship match. Face of Revolution, Mr. Mayhem, Wardlow versus TNT Scorpio Sky with Paige Van Zant. Well, of course, Scorpio Sky is going to fucking win because of his team. Austin Van der Ford and American Top Team's Dan Lambert. Sky and Wardlow had a stare down. Sky applied a side headlock, but Wardlow powered out and tossed Sky across the ring. Paige got in Wardlow's face outside of the ring. Van Ford moved her aside. Van Ford distracted Wardlow long enough for Scorpio Sky to hit a sliding drop kick on Wardlow. Wardlow grabbed Scorpio Sky by the throat and launched him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Wardlow tossed Sky a second time. Sorry, excuse me. But Wardlow was clutching his ribs from all the body shots he endured from Sky earlier. Wardlow spiked Sky with a one-handed chokeslam. He signaled for the first movement of the Powerbomb Symphony. Wardlow planted Sky with one powerbomb and then a second powerbomb. Wardlow dropped Sky with a powerbomb. Dan Lambert jumped on the ring apron to distract Wardlow. Of course, like I said, thanks to Scorpio Sky's fucking teams, fuck you. Scorpio Sky rolled to the outside of the ring to buy some time. Wardlow was about to powerbomb Scorpio Sky on the arena floor when Shawn Spears walked onto the ramp with two steel chairs. Fuck you. MJF came out of nowhere and drove Wardlow's face into the steel ring post. Fuck you. Wardlow on unsteady legs. Where did MJF even come from? Asked Jim Ross. Scorpio Sky rolled up a dazed Wardlow and pinned him. Austin Van Ford grounded and pounded Wardlow, but Wardlow fought up Van Ford and Spears. Wardlow grabbed MJF, but Spears blindsided Wardlow with a steel chair to the back. And MJF pulled out a bank check and handed it over to Dan Lambert, who accepted the payoff. Wardlow is on an island all alone right now, said Schiavone. Spears cracked Wardlow with a second chair shot. MJF put on the diamond ring. MJF cracked Wardlow in the head with the ring. This was your call, shouted MJF. The Hardys versus Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy. The Hardys are making their AEW tag team debut tonight. Matt began the match for his team and tried to tie up Mark Quinn. Matt connected with forearms. Cassidy ran into... Oh my god, sorry. Cassidy ran in, but Jeff Hardy chased him out. Jeff Hardy tagged in to a huge ovation. The Hardys used a classic combination on Quinn and then one on Cassidy. Jeff Hardy drop kicked Quinn to the back. The fans chanted, "Let's go Hardys." The Hardys continued with a tandem offense on Mark Quinn. Matt Hardy dropped elbows on Mark Quinn, but Quinn fired back with a kick to Matt's face. Cassidy tagged in, and Private Party upped the ante with tandem offense of their own onto Matt Hardy. Isaiah is showing no respect for his former mentor, Matt Hardy, said Excalibur. After distracted the referee, Private Party pulled Matt Hardy's leg first into the ring post. Mark Quinn stomped on Matt Hardy. Cassidy tagged in, and he hammered Matt Hardy with stiff kicks and slugged him with closed fists. Quinn raked Matt Hardy's eyes and followed up with a dropkick. Quinn crashed down on Matt Hardy outside of the ring. Matt is taking a hell of a beating right here, said Schiavone. Private Party isolated Matt in the corner and began to stomp a mud hole in him. Matt Hardy refocused and was able to get to the hot tag to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy connected with a double leg drop to Cassidy. Hardy used a Russian leg sweep. Jeff flattened Isaiah Cassidy. Jeff climbed to the top rope, but Mark Quinn I got distracted. But Mark Quinn split Jeff's legs. Private Party were looking for gin and juice, but Matt Hardy hit the side effect. Jeff used a diving splash of the middle rope onto Cassidy for a near fall. Jeff and Matt nailed Private Party with a double twist of fate. Jeff dropped a swanton bomb on Cassidy and scored the pin. Andrade El Idolo's music hit, and Andrade walked onto the ramp with AFO, the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny, and Jose, the assistant. The AFO surrounded the ring, but then Darby Allin Sting rushed to the ring to even up the numbers. The crowd once again comes unglued, said Jim Ross. It's your main event time. We have AEW Women's World Champion Steel Cage match. Champ Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Thunder Rosa. The champ is coming out solo, said Excalibur. Well, there's nothing Baker can do about it because she'll be in a cage, replied Schiavone. Baker paid homage to Scott Hall with her ring attire. God bless Scott Hall, said Tony Schiavone. Baker immediately tried to climb out of the cage, but Thunder Rosa pulled her down to the mat. Baker fired by hammering Thunder Rosa with shots. Thunder Rosa kicked Baker and then landed a clothesline. Thunder Rosa rammed Baker into the unforgiven steel cage. Britt is in a bad way here, said Schiavone. Baker was bleeding, and Thunder Rosa began pushing Baker's forehead back and forth against the fencing. Thunder Rosa rammed Baker face first into the steel cage. Outside the ring, Baker shoved Rosa away. Ref Paul Turner checked on Baker's laceration. It's a damn bloodbath, said Jim Ross. Thunder Rosa hit a big stunner on Baker and followed up with a double knee strike to the champ. Thunder Rosa gouged Baker's forehead. Baker cracked Thunder Rosa with a back elbow. Baker rocked Paul Turner with a mistimed super kick. Thunder Rosa nailed Baker with the Thunder Fire Driver, but there was no referee to count the pin. Thunder Rosa placed a steel chair on Britt Baker and climbed to the top rope. Britt got up and cracked Thunder Rosa 3 times with the steel chair. Britt Baker going strong style with those chair shots, said Jim Ross. Baker piled up steel chairs near the corner of the ring. Baker climbed to the top turnbuckle and smashed Thunder Rosa on the chairs below with an air raid crash. Ref Aubrey Edwards entered the ring and countered, but it was only a near fall as Thunder Rosa kicked out. Baker set up chairs in front of Thunder Rosa. Baker hoisted Thunder Rosa onto the top turnbuckle. Britt is looking not to only end the night, but to end the career of Thunder Rosa, said Excalibur. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa slugged it out on the top turnbuckles. Thunder Rosa rammed Britt Baker headfirst into the steel cage. Baker fell backwards, her spine crashing onto the steel chairs below. Thunder Rosa ate a desperation super kick from Britt Baker. Britt Baker pulled a bag of thumbtacks from underneath the ring and then spilled them out on the canvas. Thunder Rosa countered out, but Baker back body dropped Rosa onto the thumbtacks for a near fall. Baker transitioned and tried to apply the lockjaw, but Thunder Rosa bit down on Baker's hand. Thunder Rosa powerbombed Baker on the thumbtacks. These two amazing gladiators are loaded with thumbtacks, said Jim Ross. Britt Baker cracked Thunder Rosa with a steel chair. Thunder Rosa rallied back with a Thunder Fire Driver into the thumbtacks and pinned Dr. Britt Baker. A new AEW Women's World Champion, Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa came home with the richest prize in her game, said Jim Ross. The best of the best, Thunder Rosa is in her adopted hometown. The new AEW Women's World Champion, added Excalibur. Catch AEW Dynamite on TBS next Wednesday, live at 8/7 Central from the Heb Center in Cedar Park, Texas. Don't miss AEW Rampage this Friday on TNT at a special time at the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament coverage. Okay, and remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Buon and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.